Hello. How are you guys? Oh, Luther left. That means I can, darn. That means I can spin. I wasn't really sure if I'd be able to because I thought he would be sitting on my lap the whole time. What's up? Oh, darn. Hello, Lisa. There we go. Okay. Can you hear me? I forgot to check the mic. Yes, you can. Hello. How is everybody? Christmas finally got here for us. Hey, Chris and Elizabeth and Dawn and Carrie. How are you all? And Tracy, Deborah, hello. Caitlin, I was wondering where you were. Just today I was like, I haven't heard from Caitlin lately. Oh, whoops. Hey, Bev. Oh, goodness. Hang on, let me move this over a little. Oh, Bubs. Oh, gosh. That's not good. I can't see. There, that's better. Okay. Okay. My goodness. Oh, Crystal. Did you really forget it was Sunday? On Friday, I was at the knit shop and somebody said something about Sunday, and I was like, what day is it? I don't know. It's been a wild day. I guess that was actually Thursday. He says, hi, Tracy. Oh, we missed you, Caitlin. Hello, Kay. Hello. What's everybody up to today? I was decorating. Yeah, Carrie, he's so skinny, isn't he? You have no idea. A beer? Hello, how are you? It's kind of normal for me too, Crystal. After a while, things just kind of seem like, you know, all the days. And what's everybody working on? I need to know. He's actually not really been 100% the last couple days. I mean, he's fine. He's fine. But, oh, good. Carrie's resting on the couch. Did you do something that you need to rest from? Lap blanket, a lot of blankets. Oh, I'm sorry, Lisa. Bummer. Shyla is knitting shorts. Gryffindor themed art bats. That's fun. I guess I don't know what Gryffindor colors are. Is that red and gold? Kay is knitting between socks and a hat. Oh, gosh, Tracy, I hope it's on too. Tracy said I'm getting ready for a craft fair and hoping it will still be on and not canceled. Oh, Carrie. I'm sorry. Oh, thanks, Abir. Weirdly, last night Luther had a seizure and this morning he also had one. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. He's had a few before. And he's always been okay. We had a dog before that had them. But I don't really know what to do. I mean, I guess there isn't really much I can do. Deborah's trying to organize for Thanksgiving. I get it. Hello, Mary. Oh, engineering a dog sweater. You know what? I saw one that was designed for Boston Terrier once on Ravelry. Dawn said, I've been trying to knit a sockhead cowl. Oh, but my count is off. I'm going to have to start over. Oh, I'm sorry. And Deb, spinning the never-ending alpaca fleece. How long have you been spinning them? Oh. It's the worst. I just feel like he gets scared. Carrie, I don't know what it feels like, but it seems like it's scary for him. Hello, Tanya. Are you leaving? Oh, look! Come here. Thank you. John's gonna model his scarf. You gotta scooch down. You're too tall. Yep. No, and move over here. You are so funny. No one can see it. Why are you so stiff? Thank you.
The mold.
Oh. Oh. Carrie said if he's like me, we'll just wait them on the couch. He comes and finds me when it's like coming on. Hey, Chris. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
Mary said they never seem to fit the chest. I prefer pullover instead of the blanket style. Their bellies are almost bare, yeah. Tanya said hi. Oh, they like it. Hey, Donna, how are you? I like that he had it tucked into his like grubby old 12-year-old sweater. Oh, Danielle said I learned to knit just over a week ago and made a hat for my middle and a sweater for my pup. Aw. Oh, Carrie. Carrie said mine are weird. My brain loses cell service. Nothing works. So you can't you can't tell your body what to do. Is that what you're saying? But you know what, you feel it, right? I know. Thanks. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa said, love the scarf. Thanks for showing us, John. He is a ham and a half. A beer said I'm in the middle of a cabled vest for my sister. It's so pretty. Oh, is that what it means, Carrie? Because yesterday he followed me. I was going to go take a shower and he followed me in the bathroom. And I noticed that he could not control, his walk was like wobbly. And I was like, what's up with you? And I picked him up and I could feel it. So, you know, you can just feel his muscles, I guess, clenching. I don't know. Spasming. Oh, Mary. He was trying to get in the frame. Oh, funny. He's a funny one, I tell you. Hello, Chris. How are you? Oh gosh. I hope Cindy shows up for a second. I gotta tell her something. Hello, Ellen. Ellen said, hello, everyone. Hope everyone is well. Hope you're well. Oh, Carrie said, yeah, yes, I can't tell my body what to do. And yeah, I feel it coming on. Poor Lou. I know. I feel like it's a little worse when you can't explain to them what's happening. You know what I mean? Because it's just got to be so really scary. But everything's well with me. Chris said all is well in you and everything's great with us. A few of you guys are going to know what I'm talking about, but I talked to my son yesterday and everything's okay. So that was like a big thing. So hi. I'm feeling pretty happy. Tanya said, oh, hi, Penny. Yes. What in the world, Penny? Where have you been? Tanya said I was knitting a cabled scarf, got bored with it, and turned it into a cowl. That sounds cool, though. Donna said cabled vest happening here too. Extra large for my son. Good morning, Mel M. Abir asked if dogs get epilepsy. I'm not really sure. Lisa said, hi everyone, my first live, and I just finished my first chain play for socks, the Dorset horn. That's fun. Hi, Billy. Carrie said, yes, like little kids, they don't know. Yeah, I think it just makes my heart, he probably doesn't even think about it, it just makes my heart hurt. Thanks, Linda. Yes, thanks, you guys. I just called him, I didn't give up, and I was like, I'm going to keep bothering you. Margaret said, hello, finally worked out how to spin fine enough for sock. Wow, that's awesome. Did some white-faced woodland. Is it for socks? Dawn said, my Chewini, is that what oh my God, they are so cute. Had them when he does, I give him candy and it helps him snap. I will try that. What do you give him? Chris said, yeah, I'm so glad you're good with him. Yes, everything's fine. I don't want to go into like what was going on in his life because it's his story to tell, but He had some stuff going on that was kind of like the max he could handle, which I get. He's like his mom that way. Sometimes I feel like I'm at the top and I can't do certain things like that. Okay, Kathy said they do have medication for dogs that will help. I will ask next time I'm at the vet. Hey, Alicia, how are you? Is this your first live event? How exciting. You're not the only one who's here for the first time. I can't say things though. That's going to make it interesting. Elizabeth said, my pups are always just in her face head. Looks like her face will shake apart. Oh. Well, we had a kind of big Pomeranian who had them, and he eventually also went blind, and it seemed like it kind of coincided, but we really don't know what the reason was why he had them, but they were really bad. They were much worse than Luther's. Well, welcome, Alicia. Welcome. That's wonderful. Margaret, it's very funny because she said Whiteface Woodland is supposed to be indestructible according to Fiber Source books, so thought might be good for socks. That's one that I'd like to put in the next 4 sock breeds. I think it's in my cart already. I know Chris. Chris said words are hard. Talking is hard. Thinking is hard. Math is hard. My brain goes my brain is like a ball of yarn. Okay, Dawn said he likes anything soft and sweet like gummies. I'm going to try that. I will definitely try it, especially if it becomes frequent like this, because they've never been this close together before. Hey, Jerry. Hi. You don't usually make it. It's been a little while, hasn't it? No, I'm lying. You've been here. Thank you. Thank you. Deborah said, glad to hear about your son. Oh. Dawn said, don't forget to hit the like button. Now, is it true that you have to get out to do that and come back in? Yes. Okay. Lori said, hi, Tracy. Yes, all is good here. No flooding in my area, thank goodness. Lori, you have sure had it in your area, haven't you? You've been through it in 2021. Oh, do you think it's the COVID? Chris said, sometimes my mind is like a bag of cats. I do feel that way. I've never been diagnosed with ADHD, but lately all the ads are making me wonder. Chivi, it's on this list. Abir, Chivi, it's the next one. Mary said maybe honey instead of candy. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up and see what is recommended, I guess. Or maybe I'll ask my vet. Crystal said, no, you don't. It's right there, even on mobile. Okay, the like button is there. Okay. Thank you, Crystal. But somebody else said you have to go out to do it, and I didn't know what to say. Deborah said, since you're knitting socks, I think I'll knit on my second sock. If he moves, he's asleep in my lap. If he moves, I'm going to spin. Carrie said, when I have seizures, I can't talk well, if at all. Like on the plying video I made, my brother got me a t-shirt that said words are hard. Oh. Wow, Abir said, Lori, I hope everything's okay in BC. Yeah. You guys are so sweet. Tracy was worried. Really, Carrie? Carrie said I didn't have the seizures and issues until after COVID. Interesting. It's definitely a year, yeah. Gosh, Lori. Mary said, I haven't had COVID, but my mind has always been busy and all over. Mine too. Cindy, hello. She said, finishing up shawlography, I'm going to skip the last clue, the border stripes. Exciting, though, finishing that up. It's a huge shawl. Okay, I will do that. I will have him checked out. Kathy said your vet will test him and get him fixed up. They couldn't do much for our other dog. So I think in my mind I was like, I'm not even going to bother with this because they can't do anything. But that was more than 10 years ago that all started. Oh, Carrie gave instructions. If you're watching on the phone, turn your phone vertically, close the chat, tap like, open the chat. I see. So you have to get out of the chat. Okay, so is it Dina or Deanna? You guys, John brought me a gin fizz. I've been decorating the house for Christmas all morning. Okay, Crystal, I will definitely check it out. A beer. We don't care if you can spell. She said, I was having trouble with my cell phone, so I switched to a laptop. This is better. I can type up a storm, but I can't spell. You know, I used to type before for a living. I did transcription. If I had a good file, I could type 110 words a minute. Margaret said, Cindy, I didn't do the last shawlography clue either. I repeated one of the first clues. Deanna. Okay. I knew a Dina who spelled it the same as your way, but usually when I see that, it's Deanna. Kathy said, I want one. Hey, Sadie. She said, hello, hello. Just bobbing in really quick before putting Hunter in the bath. I don't worry about that stuff, Crystal. Crystal said, did you see how I spelled medicine? It doesn't even matter. I know a lot of times I can figure out what is being said. Like if I had good audio, it was 90 to 110, but it really depends a lot on what is being talked about, all that stuff. If there are accents that are hard for me to understand, all that, all that fun stuff. But I was lucky because I used to work for a company owned by the Norwegian government. Oh my gosh, Tanya. And so I worked with a whole bunch of expats from like all of Scandinavia. And so those accents are really easy for me. So I used to get those files a lot. Well, I did work really hard this morning, so he probably just wanted to, I don't know, help me out. He's the best. Oh. Wait, what's the matter? Sadie said a lot better. Was something wrong that I missed? Carrie said, Tanya, that's a great idea. You guys are funny. Mel said, if you guys start judging my typing, I'm out of here. Queen of fat finger typing. You know what? I really think it's fine. I mostly know, even if there's typos, what people are trying to say. Sadie said, I've got 3 knit projects on the go and 3 spinning. Why do I do this? It's just part of the way that we do things here. Hello, Eileen. How are you? Oh, Sadie, I'm sorry. That's terrible. Sadie said I've been a bit under the weather. Oh, a beer. Okay, so what's the update on classes, if I may ask? You may ask. I expect the first one to be available, the first 1 and 2 to be available during the end of, excuse me, mid-January to the first week in February. And one of them is going to be beginner spinning. So a lot of you guys don't even need that. I totally get it. It's just sort of one of those things that's going to be out there, forever. So whomever needs it can take it. But most of you guys, if not all of you guys, don't need it. Alicia said, we're moving after the first of the year, and I packed all my yarn stash, to force myself to finish all my works in progress. You are good. Elizabeth said I need that one. Yay. Do you? When Alicia, you're moving in like 5 or 6 weeks? 5 weeks? Hey Kim, how are you? Kathy said have to have many projects going at once or our brain gets stale. Yeah. Oh, Carrie, that's so nice. Carrie said we love to support you and see you succeed. Well, you have supported a lot. I appreciate it. Oh, Sadie. Sadie said, who's looking forward to Vlogmas this year? I'm super excited. Do you have anything planned, Trish? I have never considered doing it. I just thought I couldn't handle it. But I have been considering it this year. But I will really just truly vlog day to day, like for real. Like whatever I'm doing creative or crafty that day, I'll vlog 15 or 20 minutes. That's kind of what I'm thinking. And if I miss a day, I'm not going to sweat. A beer said, I really need help with weaving. I'm lost. You've got a rigid heddle loom, right? Jerry said, I've got a quilt that's almost quilted. Oh my goodness. A pair of socks almost done. And today I'm spinning for a poncho that I'd like to weave. We'll see what happens. Eileen is fabulous. Feeling proud of myself. Just repaired my lovely little 1970s sewing machine. Replaced part, recalibrated, and it works like a charm. That's awesome. Katie said I'd be interested in the beginner spinning course just to see what I might have missed winging it on my own. Oh, Alicia said probably in about 3 months. So your yarn stash is packed up for 3 whole months? Elizabeth said, yes, I started spinning this spring. Still have lots to learn. Oh. Kim said, I'm good. I have a job interview tomorrow. Ooh, that is exciting. Good thoughts for you, Kim. Sadie said, Coolio, that's what I did last year. Do you have plans, Sadie? I've always been scared. I didn't really understand. Okay, Carrie, I've thought of that. I totally get where you're going with that. I've thought about it. Maybe some of it will be live. But now I understand why people do it. And I also feel more like I can handle it. I don't know how to explain that part, but John and I had a whole talk about it. Ellen said, dumb question, but what is Vlogmas? There's a lot of people on YouTube who do a daily video. It's like for December 1st through Christmas, basically. Mary said, sometimes going back to a beginner class helps even seasoned people go back to basics. Oh. Elizabeth said, I tuned into beginning spinning. There's a lot to pick up. Carrie said, packing stash sounds like an excuse to get more. I would need more. I would need something. I know it if I pack my stuff. Mel said, I painted the other front room with my wool stash in it this week. So I had to clean out and organize my stuff. Got it all done and put it back together. It's lovely. Done painting until after holidays. That's awesome. I finally picked a color for our bathroom, so I'm going to paint a little bit. I need to get John's office done too. Oh gosh, Sarah said, my fabric and yarn has been packed up for months. My move got delayed 1 month. Oh goodness. Okay, a beer of 16-inch Ashford. That's what I thought you had a rigid heddle loom. Rhonda said, I want to weave a V-cowl on my 15-inch Cricut. I may wait until after Christmas because I'm making fingerless mitts for the ladies at the clinic where my husband works. You mean like the hero cowl? I really want to do another one of those with hand spun. I just haven't had a chance to do it. What am I doing? Carrie said, a beer, tell it to hush. You're the boss. That's right. Tanya said, a beer, mine's hiding in the closet. Hi, Monique. How are you? Cindy said, been meaning to tell you, I like your mitered corner Afghan. Thank you. This is sock yarn. I started it when my son was in middle school football, and I brought it with me like all the time, and it took forever. I mean years, like 7 years. Hey, Amber. Amber said, as usual, I'm late to the party, but you're earlier than usual. Eileen said, Vlogmas sounds like a lot of stress when no one needs more stress. Why give yourself that much pressure? Not that I would hate seeing you every day, Trish. Quite the contrary. That's definitely what has held me back before. But I think a lot of people record them earlier and then bring them out during Vlogmas. But I'm actually going to do it like in real time. But you'll get it probably the next day. Excuse me. Rhonda, I want to do another one too. Darn it. But there is more than one V-shaped cowl. Deb said, oh goodness, I'm planning on packing mine up after the holidays to get our house ready to sell. I was wondering if you had already put it on the market because we talked about it a little bit. Found a trustworthy friend to stash sit it. How did you do that? Oh, beer said Carrie right now it has the upper hand. Well, you know, we are getting together early. We decided to do Clarksmith like we talked about. We're getting together early, so I think it'll be fine. I am going to give some stuff away during Vlogmas as well. Sadie said, I will be doing a live every day with an advent setup by myself and Hunter. It's baubles on a tree. How fun is that? That sounds like a really fun thing. Kenna said, hi all, finally managed to make a live stream. Never mind, I should be outside shoveling snow. That's right, never mind. The snow is going nowhere, and welcome. I don't know why, but my nose is getting all stuffed up. I don't think I'm going to be as organized as Sadie. It's going to be more like, hey, I'm crocheting, I'm knitting, I'm making Christmas cards, I'm putting bows on the garland on our mantle, that kind of thing. Amber said, I will pack the kitchen, but my stash is the last to be packed and loaded. Same. Okay, Rhonda said, a beer. There are some great how-to videos on YouTube for our rigid heddle RH weaving. Start small. You don't need a super long warp to learn. Use some inexpensive yarn and see what happens. Oh, bye, Tanya. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it because I know you have to get up so darn early. Sadie said I did my first one last year and I did what you planned to do and planned all year. Well, that makes sense because this is my first one. But like I said, I do have some giveaways planned. Deb said she's got just as much, if not more than I do. Oh, good. House is not on the market yet. Hopefully the spring. Good. I know you're excited to move. Are you moving like just in the same area or are you like really moving to a new place? Like we did last time. Okay, Tanya didn't really... I forgot, Tanya, you had the TV and the phone going. Lori was asked what's on the needles today. It's a plain sock. And it's from Perth. Have you guys seen Perth? This is like the 4th pair of socks I've knit from it. And they're really, really nice. I just give them away. Bye, Sadie. Sarah said I picked up a few punch needle kits to keep me busy while the rest is put away. See, you did have to buy more stash. Oh, Deb, that's exciting. Do you know where you're going? Kim said, a beer always warp back to front. I put some glitter nail polish on the back of my loom as a reminder you start here. That's smart. I've done it the wrong way, though. Probably twice. Oh, gosh. Alicia said we are moving about an hour away, but we've been waiting to close for 3 months. COVID delays. Ugh. Okay, Deb said hoping Lancaster County area. Is it Lancaster? That's how they say it in Ohio. Or Lancaster. Or Lancaster. I can't say it. Hi, Nat. Ellen asked what pattern I use. I don't, I kind of like use more like a formula, if that makes sense. So I have the number of needles or stitches. I just go straight down and do a heel flap of 16 rows and a plain gusset. It's just plain socks. Oh, Rhonda. She said, by the way, Trish, I love your blue nails. I noticed them in Tuesday video. You do a great job doing your old nails. It's because you can't see up close. These are really messed up. This is my right hand. And it's really messed up. I accidentally cured them for like 2 seconds before I realized I hadn't finished. They're not good. You just can't tell because you can't see close enough. Oh, that's where Jerry is. Okay. Carrie said, how do you not warp back to front? I'm still a beginning weaver and I don't understand. I don't know how to explain it. I warped the front beam as if it were the back beam. And so I had to wind it all the way onto the front and then like shift it all the way to the back like this. It wasn't very good, but you know what I mean. Chris said everyone that has a rigid heddle warps it backwards at some point. I've done it. I think I've done it once, and then I've actually come this close to doing it again more than once, probably twice. And then at the last second, I was like, wait a minute, this isn't right. Deborah said, I asked for larger rigid heddle for Christmas, but going back and listening to your older videos, I'm kind of questioning that. You said large loom was awkward and you didn't like boats for loom. So I don't like the boat shuttles, I'm assuming you mean. I struggle with them going through the bottom of the shed. I don't know, but maybe because I had needed practice. I'm not exactly sure. So that's the thing about that. And then I have the 32 and the 32 is fine, but I'm worried that the 48 it's huge. And you know, it's not like you can just throw a shuttle. Well, I guess you could if the boat works. I just struggle with the boat shuttles. Yes, Carrie said like your loom was turned around and you didn't realize. Yeah, basically. Abir said, I use DK yarn and I love it. Trying to use thinner thread is not working out. However, I think you are correct. I'll use DK worsted and work on it until I'm comfortable. It really will help if you do it that way. Andrea Mowry designed her new sock pattern so she could try out her hand-spun variegated yarns. Looks cool. I'll have to look at that. Rhonda said I use a sock recipe a lot too. I love a mindless knitting project for TV time, and plain socks are great for that. I like that. And also when I go to like the yarn store or I'm in the car, like in the dark, I like it that way. Hey Tracy, how are you? Abir said, Kim, that is a great tip. One time I tied my warp on the wrong side. Like Chris said, I really do think everyone does it at least once. And I just like wound it on the front and then shifted it to the back. So it wasn't. I think that might be it. Ellen said, I find the boat shuttle is hard on a rigid heddle due to the warp tension. I think it might be the tension or maybe I wasn't, maybe my set was too open, so it kept going through. I don't know. Donna said, always need a plain sock for knitting under the screen at business meetings. Plus, plain socks are so much fun for like the color shifting yarns and stuff. That's right. Abir said, Tracy, like our leader Trish says, you're not late, you're just in time. You are. You're right where you're supposed to be. Oh gosh. Tracy said, oh, wait a minute, I messed up. Tracy said, I'm finishing my first knit project in over 30 years. That's exciting. Rhonda said, what is it? What is your first project? Abir said, in the beginning, I used dishcloth cotton and wove placemats to learn. The colors made it fun and the yarn isn't expensive. The first, I mean, I hate to tell people this, but the first thing I did was like itty bitty dish towels. The very first thing I did. All right, wait, I just picked up my tail. Elizabeth said, I saw some tips for spinning fine yarns to string the fiber through both sides of the flyer, but wouldn't the fiber start rubbing on the bobbin when it starts to fill up? Okay, so you're talking about a cross-laced flyer to take up some of the tension, and the answer is might. It depends a bit on your wheel, but it very well could, yes. Yes, a beer that I think that's what she's talking about. That's what I use. Kim said I had second sock syndrome until I found out how to knit them both on two circulars. You know, a lot of people. Hey, Marie. Tracy said a hat which has some boo-boos, but that's okay with me. Yeah, those are design features. Chris T said for the price of a 48-inch rigid heddle loom, you could probably get a nice used table loom with 4 to 8 harnesses. Really? I didn't realize they were that pricey. Mel said, so weird, I have nothing on the needles now, but I swatched up for a sweater and I could start that. And I need to wind up a skein for socks, but I couldn't get my ball winder till today. Oh, because you were painting in that room. Hello, Misery. You've been painting a lot. You're not planning on moving, are you, Mel? And now that you're free, would you like to paint John's office? Just kidding. I'll do it. Deanna said, I'm only about halfway through your videos. Have you ever made any of them on how you wash raw fiber? Yes, I just did. I'm always interested in how others process fiber. And then there's also one from like maybe a year and a half ago in the summer that I did. I don't think I've really ever had second sock syndrome. Kenna said, I have a hard time with socks due to second sock syndrome. Even when on circulars, I think it's just in my head. I actually think that they go fast. The second one goes faster for me. That might be in my head. And hello, Brenda. After today, after our crafting time, I have to go back and do more of the holiday decorating. Yeah, you will get to them. I can't believe anybody, Deanna, you shouldn't have gone back to the beginning. Some of those are crazy. Crystal said, Crystal, you're the one that came up with the thing last week, right? Or told us about it? Crystal said, I have second sock syndrome. You could try double knitting them. She knits one inside the other. Oh, Carrie. Carrie said, Deanna, check the playlist. They're really helpful. Thank you. I do try to keep them up to date. But, you know, I'm very trying. Mel said, no, because I can barely arm today. I want to start my Cinnabar shawl, but I've never done brioche, and now I'm worried. You can do it, but honestly, I would try something smaller first. Not saying you can't do it, because I know you can do it. Abir said, I cannot for the life of me work on just one project. As of today, I'm knitting a baby blanket, cable vest, knee-length cardigan, and spinning. What's wrong with all that? Deborah said, can you really do that much more on a 4-heddle table loom than on a rigid heddle? I mean, you can do most of it on a rigid heddle, but it's harder to do. And Crystal said, yes, the sock inside of a sock. Brenda said, I like to work both socks at the same time. Jerry said, I'm the same, Abir. I think a lot of us are. Marie said, for the second sock, I tried knitting 2 at a time, but one slightly ahead of the other, so that when I got bored of one stitch, I will work on the other one. A beer does not have second sock syndrome. 2 at a time. Deanna said, I love them. Yours. Oh, thank you. That is so sweet. Eileen said, I'm the same Trish. No second sock syndrome. By that time, I'm just so excited and I cannot wait to wear them. Exactly. That's how I feel. Penny said, I don't understand double knitting, but that sounds amazing for sock. Oh, Penny. It's so interesting. Chris said, I keep my eyes open for used table looms, but most of them require in-person pickup because they won't ship, and nobody in Louisiana seems to be selling used looms. I should move to Ohio or Maine. John picked mine up in Ohio or Michigan. I see tons. Oh, Elizabeth. Elizabeth said, when I found you, I binge watched all the videos too. You guys are so cute. Tracy said, what is your favorite toe-up sock pattern? I don't really have a favorite. I hardly ever knit the exact same thing twice, except for like the plain formulas. So for toe-up, especially if I'm using hand spun, I like toe-up. I usually do a Turkish cast on and then increase to the number of stitches. And then I like a Flegel heel. So I'll do the foot up to like basically, you have to read the heel, the Flegel heel. Do that. And then I like to do a plain leg with a rib on the top. And that's it. Crystal said the article I like is in the Knitty Fall 2006. It is called Extreme Knitting 2 Socks in 1. And you posted that, right, Crystal? Chocolate advice. You guys are the cutest. I love it. Okay, Teresa said, Deborah, with a 4-heddle loom, you can, I think you mean weave, many more different stitch patterns versus a rigid heddle loom. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could weave them on a rigid heddle loom, but they would be much more difficult to do. Hey, Lori. Deb said, I found one in the trash. Brand new Cricut loom with stand. How did you do that? That's the kind of nonsense that never happens to me. You guys are so cute. Okay, Crystal did post it in the Facebook group. I thought so. Because I was like, oh, that's really cool. Rhonda said, Chris, I know a lady that was trying to sell her mother's loom collection. She had quite a few floor looms, rug loom, and several table looms. She wants to sell them as a lot, but we are in rural Texas. That's right. Eileen said, oh, Alicia, just go for it. Just go for it. Nice small project. If you can do knit in the round ribbing, increase and decrease, you can knit a sock. And what is the worst that can happen? Exactly. It's just sticks and string. So the worst thing that happens is you take whatever sock you've already knit and turn it back into string. And you were going to be knitting anyway. So. Oh, Deborah said, all I've ever done is toe up. I use Jenny's Magic Cast On. That's almost the same as the Turkish. I kind of use them interchangeably. I do one sometimes and the other sometimes. Oh, Crystal said, when you want to stop and eat the chocolate because it gets complicated or scary in a few places. Got it. I knew you meant weave. It's too easy. Okay, a beer is a question for the room. Does anyone have a shocked sidekick? Is it any good? That's 2 questions. Crystal said, it cracks me up, Crystal, that you call your significant other, I don't know if it's a husband or what, troll. You call him troll. That cracks me up. I knit troll socks, toe up, and mine are any way I am feeling. Oh, yes, I see. Any way you're feeling. I got it. She said Troll has a pair of socks that both toes are different as well as both heels. I mean, it's kind of fun. Yes, Chris said, haha, sticks and string. I turned a would be hard into string about 100 times. Yeah. Crystal said, boyfriend of 20 over 20 years. He knows troll covers the love and the frustration both. Well, I mean, don't you think there should be a different word for boyfriend of over 20 years? He's like your troll. Right? Kim said, Trish, I do my nails too. It takes forever, but much more cost effective to do it yourself. You know what? I do it like in half an hour at the most. I'm like really fast. Carrie said, my chocolate advice is the same as Trisha's tool advice. Get the best you can afford. I agree. Oh, I got it, Chris. Okay, so Chris turned a hat back into string. That's normal, though, when you're learning. Rhonda said, my husband wears a U.S. men's shoe size 14 EEEE. I call his socks Wookiee socks. Teresa said, some people do kind of have troll feet. It's not because of his feet, though, right? Is it because of his feet? It just makes me laugh that that's his nickname. Abir said to Rhonda, you are an angel for knitting that size socks. Oh, Kim. Oh, okay, Kim. This is the thing. I do not soak mine off because I don't want my hands in acetone. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies. So I actually use like 2 extra coats of base coat and then I basically grind it off. I know that sounds crazy. Eileen said, I have no patience for nails. Can't knit and do nails at the same time. I'd end up with very hairy nails. That's why I do the gel, because you cure them under a fluorescent light and then it's done. They're dry. I used to like those, oh gosh, Donna's going to wrap presents. I love it. I used to do those polish strips because you do them and then they're done and dry. But they're too expensive. I'm so cheap. You guys don't understand. That's why I'm swimming in fiber, because I spend all the nail money on the fiber. Have fun, Donna. Amber said, my guy will stop at the yarn store and get sock yarn. He knows if he gets bright colors, I can't resist and make him socks. Sneaky guy. So you're like a magpie. If he gets the bright colors, you're like, give me that. Oh, fun. Danielle said, my 6-year-old did my nails this morning. Silver sparkles with a pink tip. I think I'll try that next time. Brenda said, that's great, Amber. It is so great. Kim said, my real nails are very thin and split, so getting them done, especially in winter, is a benefit so my hands don't hurt. Yeah. Mel said, I need to do my nails so bad. Got new fall polish and everything. Been trying for 3 weeks, but painting put a cramp in my plans. Yes. Please remind me that I'm not allowed to try to do them on the day I need to go to get to the airport. Why are you not? Penny, if you have to frog a large amount of hand spun because a mistake was made, do you have to soak the yarn to use again? Asking for a friend. It's really up to you. Amber said, I always say raccoon, but magpie works. Yep. Me too. I love shiny things, sparkly things, bright colors. I love it. And I used to want to try and be like classy and just keep things neutral and blah, blah, whatever. And now I'm like, bring all the sparklies, bring all the colors. Just, I don't care. Kenneth said, Guy bought me my first spinning wheel last year when I told him it was cheaper to spin my own yarn. How's that going? Tracy said, I have thin nails too. I do the dip nails at home. Pretty easy to do. I have not tried the dip nails. I do the I mean, it's really like epoxy, right? The gel polish. Carrie said Dan only wears black. He has size 13 feet. I knit him a large pair of black socks that didn't fit his legs. He's good without the hand knit socks. They're not for everybody. Misery doesn't get to knit hand knit socks either. My son loves them. Mel, I love that you just used that. I almost missed my flight forking with nails the last trip. That's one of my favorite pretend swear words, and about gave myself a heart attack. You know, every time I wait a long time to do them, and then I do them really quickly, I'm like, why did I wait? Okay, Crystal said gel polish is like resin. So it's not like epoxy, but you cure it for like, I think I do it 90 seconds for the last cure, and then they are completely dry. It's awesome. Kenneth said, love him and my spinning wheel, and now I'm drowning in raw fleas. I love it. Amber said, I'm the color generation, Rainbow Bright, Care Bears, My Little Ponies. I had all those things. I had all those things. And Lisa Frank is like the patron saint of 70s kids and 80s kids, I guess. Abir said, I'm glad the tribe page is private. I'm not active on Facebook, so it's nice this activity is mine. You know, it's been really awesome. And I think it is nice for a lot of us to have a place where we can like talk to each other and not be afraid of just like random friends in our friends list seeing whatever we're talking about. But also, you know, there's those questions to get in. You cannot get into the group if you don't answer the questions unless I know you or whatever. And so I don't know. It's been kind of a weird choice, I think, based on, okay, growing on YouTube, I've done everything they tell you to do wrong. Like they'll say you need to see what everyone else is doing, and then whatever's working for them, you should do that. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. So I always do the opposite. And it's okay. Amber said, yes, how did I forget Lisa Frank? I still have a sticker book. Did you know that OPI did a Lisa Frank set of polishes last summer or spring? I had a hard time not buying them, but I don't wear normal polish anymore. Eileen said I missed my flight from Amsterdam to London once because I was really early and decided to have a massage. Fell asleep and the masseuse did not wake me up. What? Also, can you do that in the airport? Rhonda said, I like that the tribe page is private too. I'm about to start some serious Christmas knitting and I can still share. Exactly. Amber said, I love the Facebook group too. Eileen, thanks. I appreciate it. I mean, I don't regret it, but it's just interesting because I see so many people going and doing what they think is going to, whatever, I don't know, grow their business or whatever. But I have really come to believe that actually my purpose isn't to be like a tycoon, a wool tycoon. My purpose is this community. And so, you know, whatever comes from that, if I'm living what my real purpose was in all this, then I don't really care about the rest. I mean, we'll have enough, and we'll always have enough. As it is now, we have way more than we need. Eileen said, yeah, Amsterdam airport is huge. Do they have those little sleeping pods? Because I think every airport should have those. Rhonda said, we can share, and that distant cousin that we saw at a family reunion, yes. Years ago, won't ask to make one for me. Carrie said, I love the Facebook group. Like my recent sock post, I can just talk like I talk and not worry. Also, Trish, I love that your videos aren't cookie cutters of other... Thanks. Oh, Mel asked, will you always keep the live chats on the lives up visible forever, or will they go away at some time? Would you guys like me to make them go away? Me too, Tanya. Girl, we should have a beer sometime. It's all right, Tanya. You know what? We love everybody. Abir said, Penny, I think a show on Netflix talked about swearing being healthy and sometimes good for pain relief. It did. Marie said, success is you being you. Also, my mom's a therapist. I'm sure I've mentioned it before. And she's also a American Baptist minister. So that is how I grew up. But she does give people the advice that swearing is like really, really good to let out negative emotion. Misery. She said trying to grow a business on social media is too much work. Your way is much more fun, Trish. I will put them in a playlist. That's a good idea. Thank you. Dawn said, any advice on knitting socks without toes? Yeah, it's easy. If you knit down, you can just bind off early. Wait, what made you laugh so hard? Chris said, did Facebook really say the following? Do what other people do! ! Boy, does that reveal volumes. I don't know about Facebook, but they tell you that with YouTube. They say, like, go and look who's in your niche. I don't even know what the heck my niche is, really. Crafty people. And I mean, obviously I know what other YouTubers are in the same niche. I don't know what else to say, but they say, see what videos get them a lot of views and all that stuff, and then make videos on that topic. And I'm like, that sounds like not fun. It's weird. Hey, Lori, how are you? Mary said, I used to share things on my page, and an older sister of a junior high school friend that I haven't seen in more than 30 years asked me to make for her grandbaby. Oh, I missed something. Oh, Martha said, just wanted to say I used my warping bar this morning for a baby blanket and realized how much I love it. I'm going to use mine this week. Chris Hood said, Wool Tycoon, is that a raccoon? I picture the little guy from Monopoly with the monocle, but dressed all in like a sweater onesie. That's what I picture as a Wool Tycoon. Oh, thanks, Lisa. But I mean, everybody would say, every expert would say, I have done it wrong, and I'm okay with that. Linda, hi. She said, my first live. You've inspired me as a new RHL weaver, May 2020. I'm finishing my second set of dish towels. That's awesome. Well, Mary, that's a good question. Yeah, Carrie said reality TV gets a lot of views, but it's gross. I'd rather watch The Unusual. Boy, you get that here, don't ya? Have you ever seen that there's a Facebook meme of a guy in a like knit onesie with cables, and it looks thick and like he's a Yeti? Like that. Mel, what the heck? Bye. Glad you were here. Have a good week. Crystal said, I love the unwelcome make me this replies. I tell him sure for a fee. Oh, you guys are funny. Eileen said, gosh, that would be so boring if every YouTuber on knitting and spinning do the same. I'd stop watching them. Please do not do that. I'm never going to do it. It's fine. I only watch YouTubers that are different and most of all themselves. Oh. It's weird. That's why I don't really watch anyone else, and not don't really. I don't watch anyone else in the regularly. Like knitting, spinning, weaving. I only do if I'm trying to learn a particular technique because I don't want it to affect what I'm doing, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. I definitely do it all wrong, but I don't care. Lori Murphy said, just took a scarf off my rigid heddle loom. You inspired me to get it back out. That's awesome. You should post us a picture. That's okay. We got it, Chris. Misery would like to know if anyone in Australia know any good places to find secondhand looms. I'm in Victoria and can never find secondhand. Hey, Deej. Deej. I read it. I know your name's Dion. Hi. How are you? Dion went on a fancy vacation. Amber said, if someone asks you to make something for you, tell them they have to purchase the yarn and it can't be acrylic. When they see the price, that usually takes care of them wanting you to make it. I usually say, oh, I am so sorry, but I am just far too busy to get that done in time. Sorry. Oh, Carrie said, I had a coworker email me a picture of a chihuahua in a full knit sweater and hat set with multiple poms and asked me to crochet it for her. I told her it would be at least $60. She got offended and mad. Yeah. Bye, Kenna. Thanks for coming. Oh, boo. She's got to shovel snow. You know what? If anyone does know a chihuahua that needs a sweater, I was going to give this one away. This used to fit Luther when he was littler, but it doesn't fit him anymore. Oh my gosh, Dion. If anybody wants it, I'll mail it. He's been cold since he got his hair cut. Well, I hope you're doing better, Dion. Lori said, I tell people no because then it's not fun. It's a job and I don't want it to be. There you go. Margaret, yes, I could. I'd be happy to. I don't think I know what lever knitting is. I can also Portuguese knit, but I don't do it very often. Kim said, that's much nicer than me, Trish. The last person who commented about making him something, I told him he can buy the yarn and never heard from him again. Why should you buy the yarn? Will it fit, Dawn? If it'll fit, I'll send it. Okay, someone tell me. Lisa, how you feeling? Also, those hairless cats are my favorite. They are so weird looking, but I love it. It's like Grandma Wrinkles on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Ugh, a beer. Even if I wanted to change, I can't. I have tried to be cool before. But this is how I end up. I'm not cool. Oh, Lori, what colors did you order? I don't remember. Lori said, I just got BFL Silk Roving and the colors are so beautiful. Oh, there you go. I like that. Kim just deletes it. Yeah, Rhonda said it's so funny that some people get offended when you tell them how much things would cost while others are so appreciative of your work. It's interesting, right? Lori said, what is Portuguese knit? I am Portuguese and I don't know this. I don't know if it's really truly from Portugal, to be honest. But you guys are funny. Sorry. You run the yarn around your neck to tension it. I will show sometime. Maybe I'll just quickly show it. Okay, Margaret said lever knitting is a type of English throwing knitting. I learned English. Oh gosh. Lisa, I was going to see if you wanted to come over and dye next weekend. Dye fiber. Well, shoot, maybe during the week. Ugh. I guess it depends on who you ask, Eileen. It's purple. Oh, yeah, yeah. It's like cobbler or something was the name, right? No. I am the biggest dork in the world. John calls me a dorkable. Oh, good. Lisa bought a thin fleece. Well, good. All week, I've been trying to get back to washing that just like in small batches, and I've just been so busy. It's up to Lisa if she's okay with that. Carrie asked, if Lisa comes over to dye, will you film it? Luther's still asleep on me. I was hoping I'd get to spin a little bit. Rough day. Okay, Chris just also said a while back, I've watched in the past YouTubers who were deplatformed. It's so weird to me. Do you know the reason why they were deplatformed? You're funny. Bye, Misery. Thanks for coming. Have a great week. We don't know that, do we, Lisa? Oh, Tanya, I want you to too. Just come over. I have a beep I can use all the times you say words you're not supposed to say. It'll be fun. I so far have had really great luck with the fins that I've bought from them, and I've bought them from different places. Amber said, Deborah, it depends on cost of fiber, weight, and how many ply. Say worst weight around 30 per 4 ounce of 2 ply if it's a cheaper fiber. Cat, how are you? Okay, she can. Well, even I can't really control it. Oh, Dandelion. That was one of the ones, too, they had left. They only had, like, Ellie Mae and Dandelion left, I think. Oh, excuse me, sir. Was that a dark one, Lisa? Lisa Lehman. Mary said, did you know chatting, throwing a ball, and knitting makes projects go very slow? Everything I do lately makes things go slow. Okay, spinning question. I've never made beaded yarn. I'd like to try it with some super fine crochet cotton and chain ply. Which way do I need to spin it? Clockwise or counterclockwise? Okay, it's already plied. You should be able to see which direction it's plied in. If you get in really close, you might have to use if it's super fine, you might have to use like a magnifying glass, but you definitely want to go the opposite. It's probably clockwise that you need to do, but check it if you can. Dion said, after vacation, I'm trying to watch my spending. That being said, I just bought some yak silk. Sounds like me. Deborah said, Amber, sounds reasonable. Do you have a shop? Speaking of Dandelion, a lady spun up its fuzz. I was impressed. I have not seen that. I get it, Chris. I totally get it. It's good that you had self-control because it's easy to get overwhelmed. Oh, Mary. I don't think they're coated. People keep saying it must be coated. I don't think they do coat those. Lori Murphy said, Trish, is it true that Z-twist is better for knit and S-twist for crochet? Okay, So Roxanne Richardson was here. We talked about this once before, and she said it depends how you knit. So maybe. I don't know if S-twist is better for crochet. I mean, I have crocheted with tons of commercial yarn that is S plied, and I've never had a problem, so I don't really know. Buy a beer. Have a great week. We'll see you soon. Thank you for coming too. It's late there. Oh, Chris said they were deplatformed for saying things that went against the policy of YouTube. It is not a free speech site. You agree to their terms. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that, I guess. Oh, Kat said I had a Christmas fair this weekend. Did okay, but my days are all a bit mixed up now. Are you doing socks? I finished the matching hat to the... Oh! Post the hat, please. I finished the matching hat to the elf cardi last night, so casting on next nephew sweater. Thank you, Brenda. Brenda remembered to give a like. Tracy said commercial S-twist is way different than hand-spun S-twist. Interesting. Tracy said I spin all my crochet yarn with a Z twist or Z. You ply it with a Z. I am curious because I don't crochet a ton. I mean, I do know how. In fact, I was going to take a picture of all those snowflakes. Oh, see, I don't have that, so I didn't know. Chris said, but living in the States, I just got used to switching channels when I ran up against something I found offensive. And Dion said, if your yarn tends to split when knitting, then spinning the opposite direction may help. Jennifer said, I do not like knitting with whatever the not usual ply is. It looks wonky. So you probably get like biasing then, which does kind of make sense. And that's what she was saying when she was here. And I mean, I consider her kind of a knitting expert. That depends on the way that you knit, like how you hold everything and all that. And some people do put more twist in or untwist it. I can't remember. But change the twist, basically. Z-ply, okay. Okay, so Tracy does it. I spin all my crochet yarn with a Z-ply, she said. Which is what... Oh, no, sorry. I'm lying. I do S-ply. You can't trust me because I don't know what I'm saying. Because... Dion said, I untwist when I knit. Well, Chris said, what's weird is you can still find videos of some of them on other channels and they get monetized with other people's work. I mean, there's a lot of things that don't seem right to me, but I'm not running that kind of business, so... Jennifer said I kept thinking I was doing something wrong and frogged it about 3 times. I was surprised when she was talking about that, and because I don't, when I cast on, sometimes I untwist things, but when I knit, I do not twist or untwist, I don't think at all. I've never noticed anything that made me think I was adding or taking twist away. Hey, Sue. That's right, Kathy said, why copy when you're here to create on your channel? Well, it doesn't stop everybody. Okay, Dion said, so I plan to try plying to the right and see if that helps me. I think that makes sense to try. So interesting, isn't it? I mean, we're all doing different stuff. But we're all making the same stitches. It's kind of a metaphor for life, is it not? It is. Oh, okay, Eileen said the book Yarnitecture did a couple of experiments with it. I love that book. I love that book. Mary said, twisting your yarn all varies how you tension, how you wrap your needle or hook, exactly, and how you pull from your ball, center, outside, or spool it off. Yes, that's totally true. I mean, even when I'm weaving, I pull I fill my bobbins by pulling something off as it unrolls, because I know it will add or take away tension. If I let it come off the top of the cone, it's going to change the twist. Chris said, seems to me that commercial twist is much tighter than hand spun. Sometimes it's a lot tighter. It just kind of depends on how the yarn, the yarns you're comparing. Chris said, I've seen this info about Z-ply for crochet before and S-ply for knit. Always wondered if it was true. Uh-oh. You guys are funny. Oh, bye, Elizabeth. Eileen said also if you knit Western anti-clockwise or Eastern clockwise or combination knitting. Wait, what? So I'm knitting I'm knitting clockwise, aren't I? Penny said yes, the metaphor, the same kind of difference. There is a new Netflix movie called that and it's really good. Well, I liked it. I will check it out. Don't you think that's so true though in life? Like a lot of us are splitting hairs over different things, but the truth is like we're all going to the same place with maybe taking a different path. And how's that bad? I don't get it. Elizabeth said, I will see some yarns untwist. Oh, my bamboo shawl tends to when I do the slip knit stitch. That's right. Mary said it's our journeys that make us special. I'm special, all right. Oh gosh. Hey, Stephanie. She said, hi, spinning my November Paradise Fiber today. I've got mine. I was going to spin today if Luther... Oh, I see. Hang on. Eileen said, don't you wrap your yarn anti-clockwise around needle? Yes, I do. I did not realize that like the two different ways were like a Western and Eastern thing. Amber said, my opinion is there is no right way as long as you like the end result of your projects. I totally agree with you, Amber. I don't feel like there's no right way. I feel like there could be a whole bunch of right ways. And it's just interesting. It's so interesting. Yes, she definitely meant that, and I did not realize. Tanya said I'm left-handed and knit from right to left. Oh, Dion said when I purl my yarn untwist. So interesting. How do you hold your yarn, Dion? Are you like a picker or a thrower? Oh, Kimberly. Oh, Carrie said I haven't plied yet. Been rinsing the 13 fleece. Oh my goodness. How'd it go? Did you? Dion said you bought 8 ounces more. Okay, so I was going to say. So my plan is to spin this, and then it kind of coordinates with my Christmas trees that I have knit on my mantle, and I was thinking I would make a big one out of this. Wouldn't that be fun? And then I could put some sparkly beads on it for ornaments. Okay, Dion's also a picker. I am too. Usually. Bonnie sewing in ends. That is so true. Carrie, that's the t-shirt. She said, and really, if you're policing someone else's crafting, you need to craft more to fill your time. And we can't be friends. Sorry. I don't like it. Stephanie unraveled a thrift sweater, planning on plying the paradise fiber with that. That's fun. Dion spun it from the fold. I was going to kind of sample. Is that because it didn't muddy the colors or muddied them less? Hi, Lana. Long time. Tanya's a thrower. I first learned to throw. I think they're fine. I mean, both ways get you where you need to get. Eileen said I never knew either, but I purl Continental the wrong way. Never knew it was wrong. I just never knew why people found Continental purling so hard. Then I found out purl clockwise easier. Oh, I might have to try that. Yeah, okay, so Amber said picker here as well, but I was a crocheter first, so it was a natural feeling. I always tell people if they're crocheters to try picking first. Because I believe, isn't it, Deborah? I believe that's easier for a lot of people because you are just holding the yarn almost the same way. Sue, those are so pretty. Sue is weaving some linen dish towels, taking a break. I have 2 of 4 woven. Carrie said I spun the maroon from Rolex, the green from the fold. The colors got dulled both ways. So Lori Murphy said, what's the difference between picking and throwing? I'm picking right now, so I'm just holding the yarn in my left hand and just picking off the stitches. But if I was throwing, if I was throwing, I'll be slow because I haven't done it forever. Do that. So throw the yarn around the needle. Gosh, you guys, I haven't done it forever. See, this is true muscle memory. Your body remembers. Okay. All right, Crystal said I'm going to come in with I crocheted first and find throwing easier. Hey, that's cool. Carrie said I think if I spun more, I'd blend some green merino or BFL. Kat said I discovered helical knitting today. How in all my years of knitting have I never heard of this? I'm not sure if I've heard of it either. Do you mean with 2 colors? That's the same with me, Lisa. Lisa said I started as a thrower when I was a child, but learned to pick 10 years ago, and it's the most natural feel for me. I learned to pick about 25 about. So, well, it's so interesting, right? Right. That's what I'm saying, Rhonda. That I think for a lot of crocheters, picking feels similar. Tracy said I also started as a thrower, but I'm learning to pick. It's kind of nice because there are ways to do color work where you do both. All right, what did I miss? So Deanna, is helix knitting when you do like 2 colors, but you do this? I crack myself up sometimes. Jerry said with throwing, you're letting go of the needles and picking they are always in your hands. Am I letting go of the needle? I guess I am. Didn't even realize that. Mary said I do color work two-handed. A lot of people do. It's very, I mean, it is a good way to go. I feel like I do it in such a weird way that Chris said I'll have to rewatch this part to understand some of these techniques to try. Okay, I didn't know what that meant. Chris said, okay, someone explain the picker and thrower thing. I just did. A lot of people do that. I love that. The two-handed color work thing. I just happen to have my own way. Of course. Of course I do. I'm not the only person on the planet that does it that way. Amber said, I hold both yarns in my left hand with color. That's what I do too, Amber. But it's not common. I hardly know anyone that does it. And Amber, I would love it if you would take a picture of what your hand looks like when you're doing it so that I can compare and see if there's like a better way. Because when I do it, I run them both over, but then I take the one on the outside and flip it around. I don't know how to explain that. So that they're not too close to each other so that I don't like pick up the same, both of them at the same time. Yes. Okay, Deanna, that's what I was trying to ask. Okay, I've done that before. It's so cool. There was a blogger that used to do helical socks. That's right, Mary. Thank you. Marie said I started with crochet and now picks when I knit, but I like to know how others do things for suggestions on how to improve my outcomes. Carrie said I knit color work two-handed too. Brenda said I too hold both yarns in my left hand when I do color work. Okay, so I really thought, Grumperina, that's it, Sue. I thought that it was really unusual the way that I do it, but maybe it's not so unusual. It was Grumperina. Gosh, Sue, that was good. How did you do that? Gail said, when I do two-hand color work, I have to be careful because my tension is different when I pick versus throw. That's why I can't do it, because it's quite different. When I throw, it's much tighter. Amber said I will post a little video to our group. I did try the knitting thimble. Is that one of the ones with the guides? But I found it slower, more practice, I suppose. Dion said, me too, both in my left hand. Okay, that's awesome. Chris said, I'm finding as I age, I have to change how I hold the crochet hook. My thumb is unhappy. Have you looked at the hooks with the handles that are more ergonomic? Marie said, I hear of people with hand injuries and wonder if knitting both ways would help prevent injuries. Maybe. Sue. Same, Sue. Sue said, blast from the past. There is so much random information in my head. Same. We joke about it. Linda said, have you ever tried a circular sock machine? I can knit a pair of socks in an hour. There are many things you can make on these. I have not tried one. I've seen them in person. There's a farm that's close to where we used to live, and they own them. I think they have more than one, and they make them for like their farm products there. It's really interesting. I've had a flatbed machine, and I've had a machine with a ribber. So I could knit a tube in the same way, but it's really not quite the same. Gail said, sometimes when I choose which technique I use, depending on if I am having trouble getting gauge. So Gail, do you also find that you knit tighter when you throw? Tracy said, I can crochet with no problems, but knitting gave me carpal tunnel. Oh no. Did you have to have surgery? Kimberly said both in left hand when I do color work as well. Jerry uses, Jerry said I use a small circular machine for some of my dyeing. Do you dye blanks or knit blanks with it, Jerry? Oh, that's probably it. Chris said, I think your chat is much slower than what we see. I asked that way before you explained it. There must have been a lag of some sort. Lori said, do circular knitting machines do a heel too, or is it just a tube? Okay, so someone else chime in, but my understanding is you can do like a short row heel, but it's kind of challenging. So most people just do like knit on an afterthought heel. But you can do a short row heel with them. But I've seen it, gosh, there was a lady who used to do videos on YouTube with them many years ago. Oh, Jerry. Jerry said, yes, you can paint or spray the tube. I've never tried to spray a blank. That sounds pretty cool. But I do love painting a blank. We should do blanks on the channel sometime. I did a Christmas blank last year. Well, I could just use a spray bottle, right, with regular dyes if I wanted to. I have seen Chemnitz. Rebecca from Chemnitz. I have seen her spray the Wilton spray colors. Lana said, I always knit tighter when I throw, but knit to gauge every time knitting continental. Interesting. Stephanie said, I knit the whole sock on my CSM. So do you do a short row heel, Stephanie? Okay. Linda said the same thing. Heels, toes, ribs. It's fine. I do love doing blank dyeing. We better do that. The only thing is, my machine, I have not, yes, okay, so Dion said yes, Rebecca did that. I have not, my machine gauge is too small to double it. Do you know what I'm saying? So that I get a double blank, because that's really what I wanted to do. Stephanie said, yes, short row, heel, and toe. Rhonda said, I like watching Chemnitz. She does some fun stuff. She does. She does interesting stuff sometimes. Bye, Kay. I didn't even notice, Eileen, but yeah, it's moving, isn't it? Oh my gosh, Tanya, how exciting. Tanya said, I'm waiting on some acid dyes to arrive. I've only ever used food coloring. Lori said, I am somewhat new to all this crafting and I learned so much here. And then do you just walk away and you're like, I hope that information was right? Because that's what I do when I hear a bunch of new things. I'm always like, what if that's all wrong? I don't know. Bye, Tracy. I'm going to go in a minute too. I have to finish the decorating for Christmas so I can put away all the empty containers. Dion said, yeah, I want a double blank too, but they are expensive to buy. Are they? I've done my own blanks for so long. But let me say this. This is my concern with the doubles. Do they resist? It seems like the two together inside, like, do you know what I'm saying? They might create a dye resist. Like when they twist on each other and stuff. Oh, Michelle, I'm sorry too. Okay, good. Lori does more research. Kaz had just ordered a Centro 22 needle. The hats made on the big Centro went down really well at the fair, so I've treated myself. Is that like a Addy machine? Kathy, what are you saying? Okay, Dion said Chemnitz has dyed them too. Okay. Exciting. Rhonda's getting an order from Knit Picks. They are having a big, big sale. They are. Yes, I think it's still going, Elizabeth. Okay, Jerry's tried doubles. All right, I'm gonna try it because I do have a machine that'll do a bigger gauge. No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. So, Sue, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's always been a thought in my head. She said for the double blanks, you just have to make sure the gauge is large enough so that the dye can get to the whole yarn with no resisting. Oh, Kat said, yes, it's like an Addy, but half the price. Now we're talking. Ooh, Elizabeth got some sock blanks. Okay, gosh, you guys, maybe I need to get one. Oh, Lori said there's a Louet S15. Also, why don't we say Louet? For sale near her for $350. Is it worth the money seeing they don't make them anymore? I don't really know those wheels, but I bet someone here will. Oh no, Crystal. Cindy said I have a standard flatbed and was able to get the gauge large enough for double blanks. I'll try it then, Cindy. I have a standard flatbed, but it is a Knit King. And so the gauge isn't the same as like other ones that use weights. No one's going to know what I'm talking about, but you probably do. Oh, how fun. How are you doing, Tanya? Tanya said I'm not allowed to work at the moment, so not allowed to buy more yarn. I bought the dyes before the new rule. Oh no, Lori said I ordered sock blanks from Knit Picks and they are lost in delivery. Lana said I'm spinning Paradise Fibers October, knitting a man's vest, making quilt. Oh my goodness. Finally got my Freedom Jumbo Flyer on my Ashford Joy. Crystal said I'm laughing. I'm just glad I decided to work with a sample size. Oh, Andrew. And I'm leaving in a minute. That makes me so sad. Andrew said, so happy finally caught alive. It's been since your defleece. My tour. Okay. All right. This is a lot of information. Amber said, I'm not a fan of the Louet due to the bobbin lead and the yank feeling. Cindy said, mine is a Singer. Okay, so I've also had Brother machines, which are pretty identical as far as gauge to a Singer. And they are different to the Knit King. The Knit King, okay, so if you don't know what this has these little sinkers and the yarn wraps under them between each needle and it pushes them off the needles so you don't need weights. It is so cool. It's like really weird, but it's cool. Okay, I'm glad everything's good. I know that you had something going. Oh, Kat, I'm with you. In fact, I gotta go. I gotta finish this decorating. Thanks, you guys. I'm so glad to see you. This makes my Sunday. Oh, Kimberly, they're so far behind. I'm sorry. I'm so glad, Valerie. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, thanks, Carrie. Guys, have a great week. I'll see you soon. You know I will. Oh, Yeah, and maybe soon we'll have a video of me and Lisa doing some dyeing. Yes, I hope you guys get creative this week. I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye. Oh gosh. My mouse. Okay, bye.